So today we're going to talk about mathematical MyBlocks, what they are, and how to do the most simple of them. First, a mathematical MyBlock is basically a MyBlock where I can put in centimeters or inches and my robot moves that far forward in centimeters or inches. It allows the student or the programmer to use a yardstick or a measuring tape to program as opposed to using the view function or guessing and checking on degrees and rotations. So, there's some pros and cons listed here, and this is on roboticsnorthtexas.com if you want to see the whole worksheet or documentation with worksheets in it. So, first of all, to do a straight line, here's the math behind it, and the quick explanation is you have a distance you want to go, signified by distance, let's say it's 10 inches or whatever. Then you divide it by the circumference of the wheel, because every time the wheel does one rotation, the circumference of the wheel is the distance that's traveled. So you're breaking up that initial distance into circumference of wheel units called rotations. And then you multiply by 360 to get degrees. And this is because kids like integers. They don't want to work in decimals. So if we routinely convert everything to degrees, and they always use degrees with their move blocks, they're going to be more likely to go farther in accuracy. So to simplify, this isn't really a big deal. It's the number you plug in divided by the circumference of the wheel times 360. It's really not that difficult. You're going to need a ruler probably, but no big deal. So this is basically going straight so many inches, right? And we're going to go into the advanced palette again. So this gets a little tricky, but for now, we're going to pretend this is the number. So click number. This is the number we are going to go. This is the distance we're going to go in inches. So some other things we need some constants, things that are just hard numbers. So like we need the diameter of the wheel so we can compute the circumference. So let's say in inches the diameter of my wheel is 3. Then I'm also going to need pi, because that's how you get the circumference of a wheel. It's 3.14159 whatever. It's only going to let me hold, I think, about that many anyway. So circumference is, I'm going to pull out a math block here. When you do the diameter times pi, and looking back at this, we want the distance divided by that. So I'm going to pull out a division. This is the distance. This has to go into A, and we're going to divide it by the circumference we just found. And then we're going to multiply it by 360 to turn it into degrees. So multiply by 360. And this is just going to go into the move block. To get the hubs down on the move block, the data ports, just wait until your cursor becomes the two arrows opposing each other and click. And this result is going to be the duration. We're trying to figure out how many rotations or degrees we want to go. and this is in degrees, and you can change everything else like normal. If you want to go fast or slow, what motors you want to use, all that's the same. It's just this. And if you want to make it look cleaner, if you click on this again, it'll shorten it up. It's just a way to keep from putting too many wires on it. So to make this into a MyBlock, we're going to use the same little button, but we're not going to select the first one. So watch what happens. I select everything but this first one, click the little button, and it creates a little input block. So we'll call this forward so many inches. And so there's an input. And if you double click, it created this little input for us. And you can rename this. So this is the distance in inches. And like I said before, if you do file save, it will update your MyBlock. Maybe not this one. But A is the distance in inches, so if I want to go a foot, I just type in 12 inches, and now when I run this, it goes 12 inches. And I don't have to I don't have to guess and check and whatever else to get it to go the exact length. I can just use a measuring tape.